All right, well, welcome. We are descending. Actually, we're level at 9,000, but we are beginning our approach into Kingston, Jamaica. Left Grand Cayman. The airport's actually right in front of us, but as you can see from this map, the approach we're flying to runway 30, take us out over the ocean, then hang a left. Go ahead and actually input the VOR DME for the airport.
Whiskey Bravo, you are 13 miles northwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 30 approach by a double transition. Clear to Duval.
The VOR frequency is 115.5.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 30 approach by a Duval transition. Clear to Duval, November 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Just like our flight to Grand Cayman yesterday, we've been cleared direct to Duval, so we can skip all this crap and just go straight to Duval. I'm hoping we'll be ordered to descend here momentarily. As you can see, I've taken us off of nav control on the autopilot and switched us over to heading, so that instead of doing this, we will just do this, in as much as we've been cleared direct to Duval. Shave a couple of minutes off the approach. The only other question is, will, as yesterday, gosh, the sunlight's so pretty, isn't it? Will this leg of the route activate when I get near Duval and begin the left turn towards Botal? That's the only unknown. If not, it's not a critical issue. Interesting. I had to look up the VOR DME for Kingston, and my information was that it was 115.5. Let's see. And sure enough, there it is. It tells us we're 6.8 miles from the airport. And this arrow right here points the direction it is, which is consistent. Anyway, always good to have a little navigational point of reference. This is a RNAV approach. It is a non-precision approach. No ILS to this runway 30. Not getting cleared to descend, which is a little concerning. Unless I missed something. I don't think I did. It said maintain present heading and altitude. We have had these instances in the past where they forget to tell me to descend. I lucked out again, though, in terms of weather. If I need to cancel the IFR and initiate the descent myself, I will. Showing only 11 minutes from the airport. This question is whether distance that we need to traverse between Duval, Bodil, Waysock, Avril, and then the airport might explain why we haven't been ordered to descend yet. I'm willing to give it a shot. According to this estimated time en route to our next waypoint, which is Duval, is 2 minutes and 22 seconds. It is still 14 nautical miles away. Still, my gut tells me we should have gotten a descent command or instruction. at this point. I suppose I'll have to pull the trigger one way or another in the next few minutes because, you know, I'm at 9,000 feet. This happened, I think, where was it? Was it Stinson when we landed in San Antonio, where they stopped talking to me in terms of descent commands? Come on, ATC. Well, as I said, in any event, the weather's good enough that if we have to cancel IFR and hand fly the approach, that's something I can do. It is frustrating when they stop talking to you. Start slowing down a little here. Ground speed 257 and slowing. What I'm watching for right now is to see whether this leg between Düssel and Botel turns magenta. If it does, I'll reactivate nav and they can resume flying the pre-programmed autopilot GPS route. But I'm starting to lose hope that they're going to order me to descend. Oh good, this just changed. Switch to nav.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Yes! Woohoo!
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Oh
Delta
ye
Tree
of little
Whiskey
faith.
Bravo.
Down to 4,000.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, contact Kingston Center on ONE 28.1.
Very good.
128.1 Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Never been to Jamaica,
Kingston
but
Center, Delta November Tree
bigger than
43
I
Whiskey
thought.
Bravo is out of 8,800 feet for 4,000
and much more
feet.
mountainous than I realized also.
Delta November Tree, 43 Whiskey Bravo, Kingston Center. Continue to Botel as planned. Altimeter 29.84.
2984, we'll adjust our altimeter. There we go, just a little.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, contact Manley approach on ONE 20.6.
That's where we're going right now, Bodel. This is going very, very smoothly.
20.6 for Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Of course, I guess those are famous last words. I ought to shut up.
Manley approach Delta
Still going a little
November
too
Tree
fast.
43 Whiskey Bravo is out of 8,200 feet for 4,000 feet.
Activate the inertial separator on approach.
Delta November Tree 43 Whiskey Bravo, Manley approach, continue to Botel as planned. Altimeter 29.85.
Let's do a little math. We're 90 seconds from Bodel. We're at 7,800 feet, clear down to 4,000. 90 seconds, 1,000 feet per minute. That's 1,500 feet lower in 90 seconds than we are now. Showing the airport at 16 miles away, so that's fine. My rule of thumb is to be about 3,000 feet at 10 miles out. Just a caution warning on the inertial separator, reminder sort of. Might as well do the landing lights while we're thinking about it. So you see where we're going here. We're going to pass over Bodel in 54 seconds, and then Waysut, Avril, and landing. Runway 30's approach course is 297, which I've pre-programmed into our heading bug. Well, actually, you know what I did when I messed around with that course deviation earlier, I changed that. 297, we'll put that in just in case we have to do a missed approach. This will allow us to fly, runway heading on climb out if necessary.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Shallow out our descent rate even more. Anyways, I was saying Jamaica's much more mountainous than I realized. So, you know, I just flew in from Grand Cayman. That thing's as flat as a pancake. Jamaica's considerably more mountainous. Had a nice approach into the island from the northwestern tip of the island. So got to fly over the backbone of Jamaica. It was interesting. We're going to turn final here, showing the airport at 13.7 miles away. And like I said, using my rule of thumb of 3,000 at 10. How many minutes, how far? Let's see. Oh gosh, only 60 seconds from Waysot.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo, you are 15 miles southeast of Manley. Contact Manley Tower on 118.65 when inbound on the approach.
15 miles out, we're at 5,600 feet.
Tower on
Descent rate's 1,000 feet per minute.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Get ready for the big left turn here in about, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Manley Tower, Dollar November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, 14 miles southeast inbound RNAV runway 30 approach.
Dollar November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, Manley Tower. Cleared RNAV runway
Here comes.
30 approach. Altimeter 29.85, wind 134 at 3.
134 at 3. Uh-oh.
Cleared RNAV runway 30 approach Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Sounds like we probably should have approached from the other runway, but when I took off an hour ago, these prevailing winds were indicating we would need to do an approach towards the west. The good news is it's only a 3-knot tailwind, so boy, that's pretty. Look at how the sun reflects off the ocean. Amazing. Okay. Slow down a little bit more, get that gear down. Remember, clear down to 3,000. We do not want to arrest our descent. It's going to keep us from landing. So now we're established on final. I'm going to switch over to APR since we're doing the flying the RNAV. This is saying we probably should be lower, so let's increase our descent rate. And we are established, at least on visually on final, so we'll increase our or decrease our selected altitude to 1,500. And we're showing the airport at 9.6 miles. We're at 3,700 feet, so according to my rule of thumb, we're a little bit high. And according to the glide slope or glide path information we're receiving, we do need to descend. Not dramatically, but we do need to get a little lower. So I'm going to put the gear down. Get my feet on the pedals. Now showing 8 miles to the airport. Make sure we've got our inertial separator on. We do. Get those flaps deployed in a minute. That'll help us slow down pretty significantly, but I don't want to put the flaps out too soon. Now showing the airport 7 miles, 7.3 nautical miles, right in front of us. I'm not seeing any runway lights yet, but I do see the runway. I zoom in here, right there. And hey, look what just happened. GP now green. We did grab the glide slope. It's handling our descent now. Here we are. Now showing 6.1 nautical miles from the airport. Zoom in a little bit, one more notch here on the MFD. Okay, good to go on flaps.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo cleared to land runway 30. Wind 138 at 3.
138 at 3.
Clear
Well,
to land runway 30 Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
yeah, basically we have a tailwind. It's not even a debate. It's a tailwind, but it's only 3 knots, so I don't anticipate it affecting our approach too dramatically. Airspeed at 91. That's fine. God, I'm just so taken with the way the sun reflects off the water. And there's the island. Okay, I think I see just a hint of a poppy. I do. White, 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 red. So that's good. Slightly too high, but nothing dramatic. And if you look at the magenta diamond here, it's creeping up ever so slowly, meaning we are getting closer and closer to our ideal glide path altitude. Airspeed's perfect, 85, 86 knots. About 1,100 feet above the water. Look at that. Still wondering if the building textures seem a little blocky until you get close. Okay, 2 mile final, runway 30. 900 feet. Airspeed is perfect. And if you notice, now we've got 2 whites and 2 reds on the poppy, so that's very good. God, the sun, Jesus. Something else. Something else. Estimating 94 seconds to touchdown. 500 feet AGL, taking control. Autopilot disengaged. I have the aircraft. You pull that nose up a little bit, the airspeed slips. Pop up in the seat. That's too much. Ah, there we go. Be a little finicky, that thing. Okay, good. We're back to 2 whites, 2 reds on the poppy. Nice and established. Nice, smooth approach. Reconfirming 3 in the green. That's always one of my biggest fears, is a belly landed. 3 whites, now 4 whites, so I need to descend a little bit more aggressively. There we go. Back to 3 and 1. Two and 2. 85 knots, perfect. You're ready to idle the throttle. Flare. All right. Ooh. All right. Very good. We'll deploy reverse thrusters. Hit the brakes here. Make this turn on the right. It's a high-speed taxiway. These ones that aren't 90 degrees perpendicular to the runway are nice to be able to exit at higher speeds.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo, contact ground on ONE 21.7.
ONE. All right, boy, this is pretty.
121.7 for Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
All right, let's contact ground. Ground, Manley ground 121.7, taxi to parking. All right, a nice,
Manley ground Dollar November
simple,
343
easy,
Whiskey
uneventful
Bravo,
flight
taxi to parking.
from Grand Cayman to Jamaica.
November 343 Whiskey Bravo, taxi to General Aviation.
Clean up those
parking
flaps
by
real quick.
taxiway Alpha.
And switch this to taxi.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Did I get the, sorry, 1 second. Forgot those pulse. All right. Wow, this is pretty. Oh, look, we got some commercial aircraft there at the gates. That's cool. I'll be happy when the liveries come out, because I'd like to see, you know, United, American, Delta. Come on, use those rudder pedals. There you go. Oh, I see why my perspective is screwed up. There we go. Okay, I was like, why does this look weird? Anyway, nice, smooth, hour-long flight. Hour and 10-minute long flight from Grand Cayman to Jamaica. Didn't really expect to do a tour of the Caribbean, but it looks like that's what we're going to end up doing. I don't know where from here, though. I don't know where we should go from here. I'll have to look at a map. I had no idea that the airport at Kingston in Jamaica is an island. I mean, if you look here, look at this. There's like a little little road or something that, excuse me, that takes you onto the mainland. That's cool. That's one of the wonders of this game, is that you can just learn so much about the world and see places you'd never see or might not ever see in real life. It's fun. One of many enjoyable features of this game. All right, let's hustle on over here to GA parking. I see a few other planes over there. I'm wondering about where all the air traffic is. I have AI traffic disabled because I find it buggy, but I do have all players, meaning, at least I think it means, that other people who are also playing should be visible. Maybe this is just a commentary on the paucity of people who are flying into Jamaica right now. I suppose that's a legitimate possibility, given the time of day and day of the week. And let's see how this goes today. I never know if I'm going to get good help from Gary or not. A little toe brake action, right toe brake, just to bring us around a little more aggressively. Now see, this is what I'm talking about. You see this weird... No, I should come in from this direction. See, yesterday was nice. It just took me straight in. This is when I can see the guy. There he is. Yeah, see? Sometimes you gotta trust your instincts. A little bit left. There we go. And there's the X. Nice. Parking brake. You guys know this routine by now. Engine. Fuel cutoff. Lights. Pulse. Actually, nav. Strobe. EP trim off. Fuel selector manual. Alarms. Acknowledged.
Okay.
Depressurize the airplane. Pitot heat. Inertial separator. Whew, that was a quick one. I'm starting to develop some familiarity with these shutdown procedures. It used to take me a while just to check everything, but I feel like I got what we needed to get. So that is that. We'll go outside here for just one last quick second, check around, make sure everything's good. That's one of my favorite features of this game, is how the sunlight plays on the instrument panel. That is such a nice touch. All right, let's go outside, check. And you'll get to deal with my clumsy moving around with this. Interesting. Not work. It's not responding. What am I doing wrong? That's interesting. Well, okay. I don't know. For some reason, my external controls aren't working. Well, anyway. That's weird. That's the first time I think that's ever happened. Okay. Well, you got the idea. Looks like a beautiful, beautiful afternoon in Kingston. All right. Let's go back inside. Wait a minute. There we go. All right. That's it.